All right, so it looks like I'm live. Let me just move a few things around because I have to push this up a little bit higher for people to see what I'm doing. But I've got, as always, just a collection of things up at the top here because that's how I roll. Right. If I don't have it close at hand, then generally speaking, I don't know where it is. Because that's also how I roll. All right, let me run on over to YouTube so I can see things the way you guys see things. Give me just a minute to get over there. Computer's always slow when you want it to go fast, and fast when you don't care, generally speaking. These aren't going to come off the bottom here, and I don't think that matters, so maybe that is. Hold on. Let's see. Well, once I get it started, maybe. I don't want to mess around over much with it because it's totally the bottom. But I also don't want it peeling up later because I'm going to glue this down to something. And, adhesive does just wear out over time. So whatever we can pull off the bottom now, the better. I can't see the chat box yet. So if there is anybody in here, I just can't see you yet. I'm not ignoring you. Give me just a second. Since I've already engaged in this process. Now I'm vested. To best this label. Peel away my tushy. I think they don't stick these on the top. All right, let me get down here. Oh, there I am. Okay, click on that. Definitely gonna have to mute. Let's mute that live. Hey, Janice. I ain't got nobody. Yep. Okay. Live chat instead of top chat. There we go. All right. So let's see about getting this other one off here. And I really probably should have. I've had them tipped over on next to me for a little while, and it just didn't occur to me. Hey, Krabby, how's it going? I think it'll be a pretty small group tonight. Aaron's having a sale, and so a lot of people are over there. And I think I saw somebody was having a Friday thing. Who was it? The Mary LTA is on live right now, doing some kind of fall thing. So, and I saw there were a couple of sales earlier today. So, all of that fun stuff's going on right now. When I stopped going live as much, I didn't think about the implications of other people would fill that void, But it's all good. It gives people lots of options, and I like having options. Okay, that's as much as it's going to come off. So we're going to start with these. I'm going to pull this out of here. YouTube. What a pain in the tushy, right? All right, so let me move these out of the way because these are mine. And I don't want them to get destroyed. Okay, put that over there. Okay. So we need, what do we need? I don't know what we need. I don't know. I'm going to get some paper. To cover up my space over here. Hold on. See if I can. Oh, don't poke yourself in the hand. That's not good. There we go. All right. That was exciting. All right, let's push that out of the way. Move those. Because we're going to be doing some painting today. just slide that under my computer. Uh-oh, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to fold it. The camera gets in the way. That should be good enough, right? Okay. I am not in sale mood. I'm with you. I visited the sale for a little while. Hi, Carla. How you doing? I picked up a couple of small things for next year. Because all of my stuff this year is kind of planned out, but I have some ideas for next year. And I saw some stuff in the sale that would do just fine. So we're going to make a haunted house. I'm going to sandwich it like this. So these are on little stands. The one I saw the video for, which I will have to get a link for later, I did not think to link it beforehand. Yeah. So it'll be like that. So there'll be like a little space in there when they're hooked up. I'm going to build a little roof over the top with popsicle sticks. And I'm going to put some lights inside. So we're going to basically start base coating this, which isn't terribly excited, but I thought we could just yak while I work on this and see what happens. The one I saw was probably as big as these two together. It's the one she was working on in the video. But Dollar Tree only had this size. Every Dollar Tree here only had this size, or they had none at all. And Rebecca's in the house. Hey, Krabby. Yes, space for ghosts and bats and fun stuff like that. I'm going to do some little vellum windows, or maybe some tissue paper windows. Doesn't that look like a little happy face down here, though? Right? On the bottom part of it. So I thought this would just be fun. I wish I could have got the big one, but this is good because I don't have a lot of space, but I do have 3 little shelves in my room that go over my bed, and I think this will fit nicely on the second shelf. So we will just start base coating. I want to paint it white first, just because I know that these suck up a lot of paint. So I'm going to get out my cheap ass white paint right here. We're going to use my monkey cup. Elle's got me this banana pudding because I like all things banana, but it was for little kids, you know, as many banana things are, and it had this monkey on it. I'm like, I need to save one of these. I need that monkey in my life. So there he is, the little monkey. That's me. So let me shake this paint up. So I don't know how exciting this will be, but we'll chat about it and paint some stuff. And this will take at least 2 weeks to make. That's why I don't see anything coming out of there. Okay. This paint is smarter than me, which is, it's not terribly hard to be smarter than me. Here we go. I'm trying to be careful because normal me would just have spilled paint everywhere. That's how I roll. I'm a messy person. Okay, so there we go. Let's put a little bit of this white paint in my monkey cup. And we'll go from there. So we'll start with a white base. And do we want to use a foam brush? Sure, let's use a foam brush. Why the heck not? So how was your guys' week? It is now officially Friday. And the normal, the 9 to 5 everyday non-retail world. It's the end of the week. If you work in retail, your weekend could be in the middle of the week. That was many, many years for me. I worked every weekend, every holiday. I do not miss it, I have got to tell you. I am so grateful for my current living situation, however frustrating it is occasionally. Yeah, we all have those moments. But that I get to do something that I really, truly love. We're going to paint one side at a time just because the top has to rest and I don't want it to stick. So we'll paint one side at a time, and I expect we'll have reasonable reasonably quick dry time. There is a couple of fans going in here, a big one and then a smaller one. So there's good air circulation. I'm violating every orifice in this house. I'm sorry. It's my foamy brush in me. Let's see. I made a huge mess once upon a time. It took it forever to. Oh, I can't even imagine a whole bottle of paint. I will tell you, one of the messiest things I ever encountered was baby food. A warm jar of baby food. We had warmed it up in the microwave, just enough to be not like burn your mouth hot. But that stuff is very fluid when it is warm. And we dropped it in front of the kitchen, but there was a hallway to the side, and then it led straight into the living room. At the edge of the kitchen, towards going into the living room, dropped the whole thing onto the carpet, and it was, it's like this, but it splashed up out of there and went everywhere. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. I kept finding it when I was cleaning on the walls in the hallway. Like, we thought we got it all. And like after a couple of times of cleaning the house, that's got to be it. When we were moving out, I found some of it behind the glass face of a fixture on the hallway. I found some of it way up high that I had just never noticed because it was usually pretty dark in the hallway. And my Lord. And this was like 6 feet down the hallway, well away from the kitchen. That stuff just went everywhere. And what's weird is the kid, it was Liam at the time as a baby. And didn't eat that much baby food. It was like a jar of butternut squash or something. Because that's what he liked, butternut squash. Just trying to get all these raw edges. Those will really stick out at the end. Oh, just everywhere. You worked at Fort. Rebecca, why aren't you in bed? Oh my gosh. Yes, Janice is right. You need a drink, even if it's just like your favorite non-alcoholic beverage. You need a drink and a sit down. Put your feet up and don't think about anything. Okay, so we may need to give the edges a second coat when we do the other side. I don't want any big glops of paint because you'll be able to see through this a little bit until I put the windows on. So there is one. That's just our rough base coat. So we'll do the other one now. Rebecca picked up now I turn into a vegetable. There you go. Some kind of couch vegetable or chair vegetable. Potato, tomato, squash. I don't know. Whatever you're into. Yeah. So yeah, never drop a jar of warm baby food. Oh, it's a terrible, terrible thing to do. That's all I'm saying. So. Oh, did you get dehydrated? No good. No good. No bueno. You know what? It was actually gorgeous today. It was kind of drizzly and it was gray. It was so not the middle of the desert weather today. I wanted to curl up in the corner with a book, but I had so much work to do today. Still working on getting kits mailed out. I had a little snafu. So a whole bunch are going out tomorrow. I'm working on packing them up now. And a few will go out on Monday. Because shit happens, right? Life just goes that way some of the time. Hey, Candy, how you doing? Have you come to point and laugh while I attempt to make this haunted house? We need plenty of pointers and laughers. I think I need to put a little more paint in here. I'm trying to stay on camera, but I'm not very good at it. Not that this is terribly scintillating at all. So I've been ironing and putting things in bags. And what else have I been doing? I have been making a huge mess in my room. I experienced a nice, lovely little craft lunch. Yep, it's time to put more paint in there. There's lots around the edge, but there's none in the middle. We'll just put a little more in there. We can scoop it back in if we need to. Right. Okay, that may be too much on the brush. That may be a little thick on the ground there. We'll just smoogie it all over the place. You don't want to have big rough edges. So I know most of you work just a regular work week, and we went and I had spam samine, or not, spam masubi yesterday, which is like it's a rice wrap with spam from L&L Hawaiian. Oh, it's the second time I've had it. So delicious. But I forgot to eat before I got on here, so now I'm going to be like stark raving hungry by the end of this. I should have thought that more through, but I was working away on ironing stuff, you know. Hey, Bima, how's it going? All the way from the other room. If I had the door open, you could probably yell at me from across the house. But I shutted the door so I won't bother anybody if I get loud or I spill something. All right, let's take that. So there's one side, and as predicted, that's mostly wet or mostly dry. So let's start on the other side. Let's do it. Let's do this. What have you been up to out in the other room, Els? Anything exciting? I thought I might have heard you doing shop stuff earlier. Oh, good for you. Refill on your coffee. I filled up my drink before I got in here, so I at least won't be thirsty. Oh, excuse me. And then I'll burp at all of you. That'll be exciting. It just leapt out of nowhere. Let's see, get the inside of the windows. And let's smooth that all out. This doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to get a coat on so it doesn't absorb all of the, I don't have to do 65 coats of whatever we put over this. And since we don't know right now which side's going to be the inside or the outside, I'm not painting the bottom because we are gluing it onto something else. So I do not feel that that is necessary. Oh, right? Isn't that journal amazing? It's not my preferred size, but I love some of the stuff that she put in there. It's a really fun, nifty ephemera. And I love the cover. I love that fabric on the cover. It is fantastic. All right. All right, let's let this one dry. And we'll work on the other one. No globs of paint at the top, though. No globby paint. Okay. On to the other side. Let's try and get that stuff off the edges now. We'll just pat it all over the place. Go from there. So I've been working on watching my horror movies. I have been watching a series of older movies. I watched the original Halloween the other night, 1978, with Jamie Lee Curtis, of course. Classic. Total classic. Make sure we get all the edges of the eaves and stuff. Hold on, I'll break out my list because there were some classics on there. I was like having a pretty good time with it. I watched a movie from 1987 or 88 called The Warlock. I don't know if you guys remember that. There were like 3 of those, but only the first one was free. I'm on a Prime kick. I'm watching all this stuff on Prime right now. Netflix, I just saw they have a new thing out that I want to watch. That looked pretty good. It's a bunch of kids. Well, no, I did see Monster Squad. That's something else. What was the other one I saw? I saw one on Netflix that made me go, ooh, I think I need to see that. I know. Halloween is over where Dollar Tree's concerned. Kind of if you haven't got your stuff, it's slim pickings, which is, I think that's why I think we waited too long for our challenge, and not many people are, as far as I can tell, are participating. But we're following through on it. Whoever participates, well, I'm doing a giveaway. I'm doing a couple of small giveaways, and then I'm doing a big paper pack. So there's that. I can still see some raw wood, and I'm just trying to work it a little bit. Okay, that will at least give it a little bit of a, so it's not quite so hard to paint the rest. All right. The pumpkin head is on Amazon Prime right now for free. And it's on my list of things I want to watch. You know what? There's still a little paint in the bottom here. So I'm just going to take this one back and smoochie it all over the place again. We'll hit the edges and there we go. All right, let me go rinse this out so I can put different paint in my monkey cup. I will be, you did a swap in July and you can't look at it. Christmas comes awfully fast. I know there are people that are totally excited about it. They're excited about Christmas the way I'm excited about Halloween. I'm going out of the room. I will be right back. I just want to rinse this out so you don't make a bigger mess than I need to. All right, I'm coming back. Here we go. I can't make myself go to the store. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris or Janice. You keep pushing them to the corner. All right, let me grab my list so I can have it to look at of where I'm at with my Halloween movies. I need anything in this journal as a challenge. Here we go. All right. So I will put that off to the side so I can glance at it occasionally. All right. So I have quite a few paints. The woman whose tutorial I watched, I watched several, but the original one I saw, she used a paint called Fawn, which is apparently like an off-white paint. And I couldn't find it, that specific color. But where's the other color? Oops, I just knocked one of my cauldrons over. Might be death by cauldron later. Okay, oh, over here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to mix these two colors together. I've got taupe, gray, and camel. Everyone is leaving for Florida. Wow, Florida's going to be super crowded. I have no desire to live where it's that humid. It's the 25th of October. You have basically more than a month if you're interested. We do ask that you put a Dollar Tree thing in there, but if yours doesn't have any, we're just trying to avoid people using really expensive like Michael's or Hobby Lobby stuff, because not everybody can afford that. But it's basically just any kind of Halloween decor item that you want to make. We prefer it be Halloween. It's not really a fall challenge, but we'd love to have everybody play along if they are wanting to. This one's a little wetter than this one, but we're still. So I thought I'd mix these two together with a little bit of sage green for the base coat. And then I think we're going to either brush on some brown or some black, like a dry brush technique. You don't have to send it to me. You just send us pictures, because we're going to do all the judging off of pictures. So you don't have to give it up at all. You have 4 Dollar Trees in your town. We have quite a few here, but close to us. Am I decorating my room? Yes, I'm trying to get free decorations. No, you get to keep your decor item. You just send us pictures of it, however you like. And we're going to put up a slideshow of all the pictures. And so don't put your name or try to keep identifying markers out of it. Part of it is the fun of guessing who made what. And then they'll be judging so that it can't be a popularity contest. We're just kind of a blind judging thing. And then once everybody's voted, we'll give out some prizes. We'll reveal who made what. And you get to keep your item. Yes, just email us pictures of it. You don't have to send me anything. You don't have to send Els anything. You just got to send us pictures. And if you want to post a video, all that we ask is you wait till the drawing's been done. I've seen it happen. I know it's not likely to happen in my room because you guys have so much respect and care for each other. But I have seen some of these little challenges and contests just turn into a popularity contest of who most of the people who entered, who are voting like. And that's all well and good, but I'm just trying to keep it fair, and I'm not trying to sound snotty. I'm really not. Let me make sure none of these have caps on them before I start trying to pour paint out and look like a dork. I'm not that popular either. I just like to ramble my mouth on a video. So we're going to start with kind of a base of this. Let's see. This is the darker color. And we're just going to smooch some out there. I probably should put this in the cup, but I didn't. A little bit of the lighter color, and then some sage green. I wonder if I can scoop it up into the cup at this point. Yeah, sure. Well, we're already going to get a peek of the... Okay, so let's do that again. Got a good working base with the... Okay. Lighter color. It's just meant to be fun, No pressure. Don't, no super expensive. Just have a good time with it. And then that's just a nice light sage green. Because a haunted house should just not be like white or brown. It should have a little funk to it. Wait, I don't have a brick stencil. I do not. I think maybe I want a little more green in there. Hold on. I need more green, stat. We're kind of going for zombie skin, I guess, you know. Trying to creep it real. All right. I actually don't personally own that many stencils. I thought about it because you could do the whole front brick, right? And that would be totally fun. We're going to do it inside and out. Brush is already starting to fall apart. Love foam brushes. Disposable. And inexpensive. It's not like I'm a fine art painter or anything, right? Okay. Later we'll go over the base and paint that a little bit darker. The porch will be like a brownish color, I think. So, it's a nice neutral vomit. Think split pea from The Exorcist. There's probably some poor person in here who's never been in here before going, what did I just walk into? Just think you're going to get a nice normal stream and boom, vomit. Okay. Just turn this a little bit. What was I talking about? Scales. Oh, I wish I did. I'm not any good at that sort of thing. That would be cool. All right. As it is, we're going to have trouble with the ghosts and the hats and the stuff because this house is much smaller than the one from the video I saw. So, and I'm not exactly trying to recreate that. I just like the feel of it. And I just want a little fun and whimsy with some creep factor to it, you know? Just saying. All right, so there's our base coat. We just need to go back and do the sides where my fingers have been this whole time. They did a great job with the pea soup and the salt. I didn't see it in the theater, but and this is a little greener than it looks. I mean, it's mostly beige, but there is a green tint to it. It's not quite zombie skin. I should have added a little more. I think I'll dry brush some of the sage over it after with maybe just a smidge of the lighter color. But I remember when my mom, we were in California visiting my mom's family when The Shining came out, which I haven't watched yet, and that's one of my every year things. I usually watch like Hocus Pocus 85 times. I watched The Shining 3 or 4 times, but I haven't looked anywhere to see if The Shining is free to watch. It usually is somewhere every year, but I haven't been having luck with some of the things I normally watch. Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer was on for free. All 3 of them. Yes, they made 3 of them. The third one was dumb as shit. Not that the second one was great shakes, but at least it was logical. The third one was just some urban myth kind of thing. Oh, I don't want to spoil it for you if you hadn't seen it. But I gave it a 2 out of 10. So if that gives you any idea. Burlap. I think we have burlap somewhere in this project. I wonder if Els has a brick stencil. I think everybody owns that Tim Holtz bricky one. I'll ask her in a second. Right now I'm full of paint. Just me and my paint. We're just building up layers right now, you know. Seeing how messy I can get. So that Els can shake her head disappointedly at me. When I come out and I go, look at me! Oh, please be enough paint to finish this. I don't want to have to mix up more for the little bit that's left. All the paint gets stuck inside the brush is what happens. It's the only downside to foam brushes. They suck up all the paint. Little paint vampires. And that's the truth. So, okay. That might be, if she does have a brick one, that might be a good way to tell the inside from the outside, right? Except I don't want it to be red bricks. I don't want to do a red brick house. All right. Right, now let's see if I can't get the sides where I've been holding it. All right. Now let's get the other one. Yep, because that's still bright white right there. There it is. Just bright white as can be. No, don't have globs. No globs, please. No paint globbies. All right, let's just go around the edges and see if I see any really glaring, really white spots. Okay. Same thing with this one. No globbies, no glaring white spots. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go rinse the brush out and the paint thingy. And then we're going to maybe, oh, look, I said no globbies, and then I made a great big glob right there. Just a great big old glob. Okay, so I'm going to go wash this. I'll be right back. Then we're going to dry brush on some green and probably some really muted black. But super, super dry brush. Paint green neon ectoplasm. Maybe dripping down from the windows, you think? Give me a second. Oh, I'll be right back. All right, here I come. Clean monkey container. I gotta sit on my other foot. I made my foot go to sleep. It was a little bit weird. I didn't get the door closed. I suck. Okay. Okay. Hello, Mousy. How are you doing tonight? Okay. So, there we are. It's still a little bit wet. So let's chat for a minute while we're waiting on that. let's put a little sage in there. Just a tiny smidge of the lighter color. Maybe. Okay, now let's see if we can find another brush. Whoa. But not dump stuff all over the newly painted items. Squish back in there. No escaping for you. I know I have more paintbrushes somewhere. There's one. No, that's too small. Let's try this one, just for a brushy effect. Yes, craft lunch in the Amy's room. Yeah, we'll use this one. Okay, so let's mix that up and see what happens. This could be interesting. Okay. Well, that's... see what's happening on the other side here. Yes. What are you hearing me about? Oh, fine, be that way. I'll use that one for the black. To bring me a fan brush in the middle of my disaster. I just want it to be a little more green than it is, man. It's hard to tell with the light going. What color? It's actually a nice light pukey color. It's very nice. Okay. And it doesn't need to be perfect, because we're going to add more layers. More layers, I say. All right. Els likes there might be an eminent craft lunch in here where she can rush in and get a picture of me laying on the floor covered in stuff with just my feet sticking out. If you like the Wicked Witch of the West of the house, only it'll be craft supplies. Right? That's what I'm talking about. She's like back to lurking. She's doing worky stuff. That Elle, she is almost always working on something. Hold the phone. Come back here, monkey cup. Come back here. Can't be running away on me. No running away. All right, now let's use just a little bit of the sage green. That one spot does not want to take the paint, man. Probably because it keeps sticking my fingers right there. You quit putting your fingers all over it. Stop making enough talking noises. I don't know what to say. I've never, like, this is all new to me. Now I have to concentrate on doing something, right? Never had to do that before. Usually it's just mindless things like gluing stuff down. Because gluing doesn't require a whole lot of thinking, right? A little more, just a little more of the sage green. All right, so that one's looking pretty okay. Now let's do this one. So what else on my list? Let's see. So I watched Halloween from 1978. I watched the original The Fog from 1980, which also had Jamie Lee Curtis, and I did not realize it until maybe about a year ago. But the girl that played her friend that was babysitting across the street was also in The Fog as the administrative assistant to the mayor lady. And I know you're like slow on the uptake, Amy. It just didn't click. Like, I didn't watch them close enough together to make the connection until like either earlier this year or last year. And so there's that. That's a thing that happened in my world. And The Fog, the original one, is one of my favorites. I used to really love, or I still love it, but I have not seen it in many, many years. A movie called Let's Scare Jessica to Death, which is funny because before Liam was transgender, that was his name. But unrelated, I didn't name him because I like that movie. But that was a 1970s horror movie. And I watched it like one Sunday when they had like, remember when they used to have like a Monday on a movie, a kind of horror movie, like a low budget horror movie on Sunday mornings. Does anybody else remember that? I used to love those. That was my first, where I first discovered my love of horror. It wasn't late at night. It was Sunday mornings for me. Just typically my parents weren't awake. Not that they would have stopped me from watching it. But it might have been like really horror movies and cereal. But nobody was awake but me. A little bit more down here around the bottom of this window. We're just starting to build up a little bit of layers. Let's try a little bit of this. Els had this color picked up because she thought it was going to be glow in the dark, but it wasn't. And I decided I needed to have it. So let's like really just a little bit on the brush. Just kind of around the windows and stuff. Maybe on the edges of the roof line. You saw the blob back when it was at the drive-in? All right. Mousie's with me. She gets it. All right. So clearly we should let's close up some of these other ones so they don't get dried out and weird. Let's go with a little bit more. I'm liking this yellow. I'm liking this is glow yellow. And it is really bright. I don't want a ton on there. Just kind of on around the windows. And I didn't really want that much up there. I want it more around the but yeah. And I was not allowed to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre when I was growing up, or Deliverance, which I can see now, but I was kind of put out at the time by it. But looking back, that was a good parenting decision right there. So I love, quote unquote, bad, scary movies. I do. We may give that a little bit of a second brush after that one dries. Yes, Rocky Horror Picture Show is an absolute classic. I never got to see it in the theater or with a bunch of people, though. I grew up on military bases, so I didn't learn about the Rocky Horror Picture Show until I was a little bit older than probably most people. Just saying. The Tingler. Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about one like that in a long time. I like the original House on Haunted Hill, but I fully admit I also did really like the remake. When I brush the black on, it's mostly going to be kind of in the middle of the house. All right. Yeah, I heard about that. Now, I did not experience personally, but they used to screw with some people in movie theaters, didn't they? Which is awesome, in my opinion. But I don't think that's any different than what they do with modern horror houses, where they trace you around with chainsaws and stuff. I did just watch a movie called, I think I talked about it before, The Houses October Built, which was like a found footage movie about people in search of the ultimate, like those haunted attractions where it's live people pushing to the limit, how close they get to you, what kind of creeps and stuff they do. Needless to say, it was a movie. It's a horror movie, so it didn't end well for those people. But I've been to a few. It's not my jam anymore. I don't want people that close to me, honestly. But I did go for a couple of years. I got chased by a guy with a chainsaw. While we were there, the first time we went, there were these two chicks while we were waiting. They were coming out, and the guy with the chainsaw came up behind them. And the one girl ran a little bit. She was like, ah! Her friend did not see it coming, screamed, and took off like Usain Bolt, left her friend behind. I was like, damn. She had a good flight response. That's all I can say. It's really the moral of that story right there. All right. I don't know how well this is coming up for you guys with that. Oh, that's even worse. This light is so bright, but I don't know any other way to. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. I've got the overhead light on. Let's see if it adjusts and it's any better. Now it's just shadows everywhere. Ugh. I don't think the color's coming up for you guys. Shirley something. Isn't it Shirley? I've read a couple of her books. I don't know how they got that movie out of that book, because the book is a lot more esoteric, in my opinion. Cocoon, really? Yeah, she wrote a book called The Lottery. Let me see. That's Googleable. Let's do it. Who wrote House Haunted Hill? Let's find out. Shirley Jackson. That was her name, Shirley Jackson, and she did write the lottery. Oops, that's not the right thing. Yep. We all kind of got there at the same time, I think. Okay, so I'm sorry that the color is shit. I don't know what to do about this, the lighting situation. You'll just have to trust me. It's a nice, light, pukey avocado green. For now. So let's see. Let me go rinse this brush and the container out one more time. And maybe do this so that I can get my fingerprints off the... All right, I'll go rinse this off so that we can dry brush on some black and brown. Oh, that's terrible, Mousy. Yes, Carla, pukey green. I said it. And that's the moment you chose to come back. Be right back. I almost stepped on that. Doohickey. Okay. Yeah, that's not a pleasant memory for watching a movie. I don't know that I necessarily think of Cocoon as a horror flick, though. Is that how it's spelled? Okay, so let's take the lid off the black. It's got a protective seal under there. Okay. I've got to have an apron on. I need to pull out a Shirley Jackson. I don't enjoy her writing as much as I enjoy the movies made out of her writing. That's all I'm saying. So maybe let's add a little bit of water to that to thin it out. Or we could throw the spray bottle everywhere. That would be fun and exciting. Get mixed in with the green and the yellow a little bit. Okay, we really want this to be. Okay. Edgar Allan Poe is a classic. He's got some great poems about death that are really awesome for Halloween, or if you're just creepy in general, which I am. I'm very creepy. Oops, that's a little more than I wanted, isn't it? Yes, The Telltale Heart is a good one. Murder in the Rue Morgue was actually one of the very first detective stories. Okay, so let's see how that's looking. All right. Let's flip that baby over. What was the name of the one with the gory party? Oh, yeah, Mask of the Red Death. Let's back this up a little bit. And then I saw that the original House on Haunted Hill, I haven't gotten to it yet, but it is available on Amazon Prime. I need a smidge more black on there. Almost anything by Poe is suitably creepy. I mean, he's got some good stuff. One of my favorites by Stephen King is, I'm really a big fan of The Shining. I did not like the book Dr. Sleep as well. I like the idea of it more than I like the execution. And the book was a lot different than the movie. I thought it was way more depressing. That's a little. Let's tone that back a little bit. Stephen King's a pretty prolific writer, though. He's got a lot of stuff. Okay, so let's let that dry and work on the other one. Oh, you got permission for grown-up books. Nice. Very nice. Okay, let's do this thing. So what else did I watch? Talked about The Warlock. Now, I watched a movie that was released in this year, 2021, called The Haunted Hotel, which was vignettes all strung together, and it was kind of a British thing. So all the stories were related to this one hotel, and had there were some repeat characters, and it was a little bit like going in a circle sort of thing, but it was actually pretty good, I thought. Anyway, I think I can get enough going here by just spraying this a little bit more. Spraying it, I tell you, and I heard my messenger go off. But I was just at a stream where somebody was spending just an awful lot of time looking at their messenger. And I don't know sometimes why people go live if they're really only going to look at their messenger and have private, conversations off the. It's one of my peeves. I'll look at things sometimes, but I try not to focus on it. That's my soapbox moment for you guys. Okay. I really kind of want this to be very dry brushy. You know what? I am not a huge fan of that. I get the draw. I'm not current with Stephen King. I stopped reading for a long time after Dolores Claiborne. That's kind of where he lost me. Right around the time of like Dolores Claiborne and Gerald's Game, he went a little off the rails for my taste. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with anybody that loves those stories. It's just for my taste. That's all I'm saying. I haven't decided which side I'm going to use on each of these, so I'm going to go ahead and do both sides and then decide which one I like best. All right, so we're going to have to put a little more. Let me just peek at the message in case it's important. It's a picture of something that I might want to buy. Oh, I might need that. I might need that in my life. I know I'm being rude. I'm so sorry. After I just talked about that one's cool. Oh, boy. I like that one. Oh yeah, I may have to have that. That's a thing. It's a die cut stuff. Sorry guys. I got sidetracked. I'm a terrible host. Okay, so let's thin that out with a little bit of water. And then we're just gonna have a messy thing going on. It's a little bit much. It's okay. You know what? It's on my mind just because I just watched it happen not that long ago. I was in a sale and then I was in a live stream, and the live stream, the person was totally just holding the conversation. Like, you've got a whole room full of people and you are really just talking to one person, you know? And that's not groovy. Well, at least in my book, you know. Oh, I think we might have made that worse. Hold on. Let's just take care of that right there. Okay. Leslie, how you doing? Great to see you. Oh, man. I'm not doing very good with this one. Put too much paint down is the thing. Okay. Too much paint. That's what happened. These are very textured. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so. And then I watched a movie also from 2021 called The Mad Hatter, which was not at all about Alice in Wonderland. And I hated it. It was terrible. And not in the good, bad way. Just did not like it. It had a little bit of a House on Haunted Hill and what was the other movie? Like, it just had a creepy guy in a hat. It had some, like, it had the flavor of a House on Haunted Hill kind of thing. And what was the other one? I think this is not going to be the side we put on the outside. I don't think I like that one very much. Okay. So I think we'll go back to a little bit of yellow. We'll put in some, now we'll put in back in some highlights. Gosh, what was it? Hold on. Maybe it's on. It was kind of the same thing. It had a guy named Hugh Crane in it, and he had built the house, and he was creepy with all the wood carvings and stuff. Kind of had that kind of flavor to it. Now I've lost where my live stream is. Oh, there it is. You haven't just sat down and watched a movie in like forever? Well, I get to watch quite a few just because I'm working. I couldn't if I had a job, there's no way I could watch half the shit I do. No joke. So there's that. But and I haven't seen that one come up to watch for free yet either. And I'd really like to see it again. I like that one every year too. Let's see. And then just last night I watched 1980s Children of the Corn. Such bad special effects now, but I remember when that was state of the art. That's how old I am. And that was top of the line special effects. Right? Okay, like that. And because creepy, anything with children being like murdery, kind of creepy, you know. So I'm trying to go old school right now because towards the end I always get a little desperate. How many times can you watch Halloween in one Halloween season? Last year I binged all of the entire Halloween, the entire Friday the 13th series. And I would say for a good 10 years now, I'm only going to hit the first two on each of those because they kind of go together as a companion pair and then fall apart from there. Like what was even going on with Halloween 3? That wasn't even like related at all. I know it was a directorial thing. I was like, this has nothing to do with the first two movies at all. Or the first three. Like Halloween 3 or Halloween 4, the pumpkin one where they did the masks. I was like, seriously? Epic fail. The other. You know what? I'm not sure. Give me a second. We'll Google it. We'll find out. I like Google. I like to know things. I think we may put a little bit more green on here as well. Just on the body of the house, not at the windows. Because I'm digging the yellow with the black over here. This house wants to be way more cutesy and fun than I want it to be. All right, so now we're going to go back to the sage. Let's see the other or the others. Let's see. 1972. Let's see. I may not have seen this. A series of gruesome accidents. Two identical ones in the film. I don't know if I saw this. I may have to watch that. You may have found a movie I have not tried. All right, so this is the sage again, just for the tone down the black a little bit, put a little more puke back into our life. That's a thing. Okay. Uh-oh. Doggies are being bad. Okay. Yeah, that tones the black back down just a smidge where it was too dark. And then I watched. Okay, so there are a lot of movies by this name. So I want to qualify this. This is not the one with Michael Keaton in it, the cutesy one where it's a heartwarming. Oh shoot! Now I need a little more black. A heartwarming thing, No, this was which was in 1988, right? Let me look. Yeah, this is the 1987 Jack Frost with the serial killer. Snowman. And it was awful. I watched it not every year, but about every 3 years I give it a watch. Just to keep the horror in my mind that is that movie. Okay, that tones it back down just a smidge. Oh, I don't think we. Let's go back over here. And then the ending left it wide open for a sequel. And I don't know if I ever saw the sequel. I know they made one. Here we go. Okay. Oops. Yeah, sequels usually suck. I will say, though, Aliens 2, not a bad sequel. See, those are sci-fi movies that are also classified horror. All right. Put a little bit of, just take a little bit of the. But I thought Aliens 2 was probably a reasonably good sequel. I almost like the second one better than the first one. I don't think I got yellow on this one, on the after side. And that's okay. We can put a little bit on. Let's tone down this one right here. Okay. Aw. You named your cat Ripley. That's cool. Okay. Just because the side didn't seem to get the second coat of the yellow. All right. There's how we're looking at the moment. Oh. Yeah, autocorrect is having a good time with you, Ripkey. Okay, so that's how that's looking, and then let's flip it over to the other side. I think I like it so far. Out of one. Yeah, I think that's looking okay. All right, give me a minute to go wash this brush off because this one is Elsa's, and I don't want to mess it up. Give me a minute. I shall return. I think we got them pretty grungy. Do we think we got it? Do we think we got them dilapidated? We think we accomplished that? Uh-oh. We've got a boo-boo. I made a scratch on it. Hold the phone. Let me see if I can fix that. Come on, squeeze me out just a tiny bit of. Okay. Quit putzing with it. Hey, it's my house if I want to putz with it. Call me out on my bullshit. Okay, so there's the other side again. I think I like it. I like it on screen at least. You can push that back a little bit too. All right, so now we'll paint the porch. We're going to paint the porch this color. It's called Antique Wax. If I can get in it. That might be iffy. I don't have the best skills in the world where this is concerned. All right, this is smarter than me. What did I do with my thing? It's perfectly grungy. You know when it's you, you just can't help yourself. Well, a little more here, a little more there, until you undo your whole thing, right? Let's see. Let's see what this color looks like. Let's find out. Ooh, that's very smooth. Oh, yeah, I think I like that for the porch. Okay. So we'll just use this brush over again. We'll put a little. Just for the. Just for the little porchy poo. Thank you, Janice. I can't. Oh. Let's see. Young girl that supposedly her dad posted. The movie was about a smart lady astronaut that no one listened to. That's like those bad movie descriptions. Deliberately explain the movie in a way that makes it sound really bad. They've had some doozies over the years. Let's definitely get this side. I have poured out a little too much paint, I think. Brush it all sideways. Okay. She was talking about the first Alien movie. Yeah. That's kind of, in a nutshell, the plot, right? Oh! Jesus. Why? Why would you do that? Come and look at this and tell me what you think.
I love it.
Wow. The look on your face does not say I love it.
I love it. I adore it. It is the most fabulous thing I've ever seen. Honey, there has been nothing ever painted greater that was better than that.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No, but I'm going to think bad thoughts about
I know
you. Totally thinking bad thoughts about you right now. It's happening. You guys, earlier today, I was trying so hard to back out of this stream. Coming on these streams is really hard for me. Somehow we didn't get much color right there. Oh, we'll just make it happen. Most of the top part is actually going to be covered by popsicle sticks. All right. Yeah, but the second one was better than the first one, in my opinion, with the Alien movies anyway. But they are all good. Until you get kind of past the first three. Then they start to get a little bit stupider over time. Just saying. Okay, let's spray that with a little water. There's still plenty of paint down there. It's just starting to dry. We're lucky she didn't sing to us. The boo was, pretty legit. Usually there's singing going on. It's a thing. But yeah, I totally was, because I don't normally do this kind of crafting. I felt very anxious about coming on here tonight. I still feel anxious. But I said I would do it, so I will. Okay, you know what? Just a smidge. Els has been trying to sell me on that for quite some time. Apparently I give too many, I have too many fucks left still. But they're all anxiety ridden, you know. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. Now let's see about this. There's a little line right there that's not going to take the paint. Okay. Ha! Okay. While I go, I'll leave you with the view of the house. Hey, Hottie, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a little while. And then introvert. Yeah, I am definitely an introvert. Janice, I wish I could develop that. Actually, who I'd like to be online when I grow up is Hottie Popo. She has the best online thing going on. Okay. There's that side. And then there's that side. Get in there. There's always like one spot that's like, no, we won't take the paint. We don't want anything to do with the paint. Nothing. Okay, so let me go wash this brush off. I shall return shortly. Talk amongst yourselves about creepy things, you know. All right, clean brushes. Who thought of that? Hey, could be either one. Could be either one. I maybe I have a bed in my belfry. So these need to dry a little bit. How fun are those? So let's see. And currently I have on right now that I stopped to come in and watch, come in and do this video. I turned off Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. So we have all of these fun things. Then I have some bats somewhere. I don't know where I put them. But I have to find them because they were rings of little bats. And I think I have a pile of spiders somewhere from last year. And I need them. I need it. That's foam. Because the bats are what I'm going to use for the front of the house. So I think these pumpkins might be too big for this project, so we'll probably use these pumpkins. And the lady had this size ghost on her house for the tutorial I saw, but he's awfully big. But these don't have the kind of shape I want. So maybe we'll do a couple of these and a couple of these. So let's do a few things going on here while we're waiting for those houses to fully dry. Aw, thank you, Mousy. There, else. Don't be telling all my secrets. See if we can't grungify us a couple of ghosts. Got their strings. We'll put their strings over there. Luckily, I took out my trash today, so there's room in the trash can. Now, these ones have little clothespins on the back, so. I know this is, you guys basically been watching paint dry. I apologize. And these ones have clothespins on the back, too. So. There they are. This is meant to be the front, I think. Oh, that one still has an eyeball stuck in it. So let's paint up, let's white paint the front of like a few of these ghosts and start on those while we're letting the grungified house do its thing. I do have some lights for the inside of that. I know we're not going to use 5, but maybe I have another project that I might use this on. So and that'll leave 3. Let's do 5. Let's get the monkey cup back out. Monkey cup. Move the scissors. So yeah, but I am on day 20 of my 63 or 64 days of horror. Sweet, a long way to go. In terms of, yes?
I have those 2 ghosts.
Oh, that's cute. That might work. Can I have it? Mm-hmm. I get to have it. It's a felty, sticky ghost. But he's just about right. Can you see him like living right there? He's like, oh no. So we will put him right over here with these pumpkins. So that is the extent of my horror movie watching at the moment. Let's just whitewash us some ghosts. Get a base coat on there. Because these balsa wood pieces really suck up the paint. I do like the sage for the house. I think that was a nice addition. Right? Well, these will get used in something. I don't know what. We'll see. It'll give us something to do at least. While I'm waiting for the house to dry. And I got to figure out what I did with my piece of vellum that Els gave me. I can't keep track of anything these days. I'm worried I'm going to wake up one morning and go, where's all the paper for my project? Like for a kit. Because I'll have put it in a safe place. And that's what happened. Yeah, these aren't quite as cutesy as the felt one. They had tiny little felt like pumpkins and all that stuff at the Dollar Tree, but they were very cutesy. And while the house is, based on what it's made out of and all that, and it's going to be inherently cutesy, but I don't feel the need to help it along. So I will figure out something to do with the ghosties just because I want to make them. It makes me happy. It's a me thing. I know, and you guys, I'm sorry. What have you been doing? Come and craft with me and watch me paint things. Actually, you're watching paint dry as we speak. All right. I don't know why I'm being such a sissy about this. What? Good night, Candy. It was nice having you. Thank you for watching paint dry with me. See you again soon, lovely lady. All right. So. I know. Poor ghosties. They all have a bullet hole right in the middle of their heads. For shame, for shame. Just can't trust even other spirits, I guess. This must have been a rash of ghosty drive-bys. Float-bys? Float-bys? That's all I'm saying. Put black and red around the hang hole. I don't know why they need to put the hang hole on everything, you know. They should have it like punch out optional. Because not everybody wants to hang these up. I see a lot of them going on stuck onto things. But usually once you stick it on something, you can't see the hole as well. So there's that. These do dry fast, so there's that. That is how he died. That it's very personal. I haven't seen Beetlejuice in a long time. I should see if that's available for watching. It's been probably more than 12 years since I saw Beetlejuice. Probably because it's not available for free. Most of what I watch during Halloween is for free. Because, you know, I'm a cheap bitch. What can I say? All right. That's just how I roll. Put some spackling in the holes. Yep, I could do that. Could definitely do that. I have some other things I need to fix too, so that'll work out. What are you doing here on a Friday night? Isn't that very late where you are? No, it's in Texas. You're in Texas. It's not that late for you. I always want to think East Coast, but I remember it's in Texas. All right. We need more things to prop things up against. Oh, there's like a thing stuck on there. There we go. You have a huge fuzzy biter you bought at the Dollar Tree years ago. Scares the neighbor sometimes. I always have a little bit of Halloween out all the time. After making all this stuff, I think my whole room decor is going to be Halloween. Because that's the only place to put it. Like that. I told Elsa, I'm like, I really like that. I like to make it, but what the hell do I do with it afterwards? It's not like I have, shit tons of space. This one's a little rough on the backside. Just hanging out, getting your creep on. You think you and Betty would have some kind of fun shenanigans planned for a Friday night? Not that we don't want you here. You are always welcome. You bring a lot of humor wherever you go. And I love that about you. It's fun. Because we never know what you're going to say. That's a thing. Okay. All right. And I think the pumpkins and the ghosties. So unless I just want to whitewash over that so it doesn't say boo. Because that's more cutesy. Let's do like 3 of these. Let's coat 3 of these, the front of them. See if we can take the cutesy off there. We can always add on a face or we'll leave 3 as they are. That way I can color them in with some colored pencils or markers if I want to. You outgrew that now. You're just old fogies. I think I'm in the same boat. I used to love to go out and not necessarily party, but, do stuff. I'm not a big drinker or anything, but now the idea of going out is like, even before COVID, I'm like, I don't want to be, I want to pick inside. I don't want to pick outside. I like being inside. Just put a tiny little paint right onto the dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Why are you dying? I think you might be being dramatic. Dramatic. Are you being a drama mama? Is that what's happening? And these brushes always have a shit ton of paint on the inside of them. Gotta squish them to get all the paint out. Okay. There we go. And I always just want to come home. You're inking. Oh, you're in Inkville again? Oh, not Inkville. Okay, so let's take some of this paint out of here. We might be able to use this as a painty kind of backgroundy thing later. So let's just clean this brush off a little bit on here. I feel like now there are all these ghosts looking very surprised at me right now. Ooh. Just hanging out like, why? How did we wind up here? In this loser's house on a Friday night. Okay. Let me go wash these out and I'll be right back once again. Okay, I am back. I mostly got this hold on. I thought I got this cleaned out of the way, but there's like some residue of paint in there. Can't have my monkey cup all painty. That's a cold toilet seat look. You're not wrong. That's fairly legitimate right there. Let's see. After 39 years, you've been together 39 years? That's awesome. I only made it 13 years with my ex. Hey, Mary Kay, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Mary Kay's like, hello. Well, that is just awesome. I'm excited for you. I feel like a wimp after that. I only made it 13 years. So there are little pre-done ghosties. They've got their base coat on. The smaller ones are still drying. Let's check out how long we've been on live. Let's have a little looky-poo at that. Hello, looky-poo. Oh, almost 2 hours. Okay, so I will probably paint up the ghosties, but I want to show my plan because I'm going to do this part not on camera because I think it will be boring as fuck for you guys. So like I said, I'm going to put the houses together like this to create kind of a dimensional thing. So they'll have that much space between them. And then I bought these packs of popsicle sticks. So let's cut one of these babies open. Not like you've never seen popsicle sticks before, but I need a couple just to demonstrate my plan. Maybe they don't want to come open, so even the popsicle sticks are like, hell no, we don't want to be here. Okay. They're like little bricks of popsicle sticks. All right. Oh, now we've made a big mess with popsicle sticks. Okay, so obviously, like these are well, we want to put the same sides. Let's put the same sides of the house together so that you can kind of do like this. Obviously, these are way too long. Like I'm going to cut them down. I'm going to cut the ends off first of all because the lady whose video I saw, and several people did this, they cut the ends off with kitchen shears and use those to decorate around the windows and stuff. Probably cut them by half. Maybe, yeah, I think about half so that you have some overhang. So all of this stuff down here will be popsicle sticks, even down to here. But I want to paint them black. And then once they're on, I'll grungy them up a little bit. Yes, as a cute trim. You keep using the word cute, and I'm trying to go creepy with this, and it's just not happening. It's going to be cute little haunted house. That's okay. Cute. Nothing wrong with cute. But I want to spray paint them because the lady that did it like painted each popsicle stick painfully with a foam brush. And I thought if I just take them outside and spray paint them all black and then flip them over and do it again, that might be a little more fun than you watching me paint 900 popsicle sticks. Although I don't need as many as she did because like I said, her house, the ones that she had, it didn't have this base on it, but it was twice as big. So I'm just making a little bitty one. And I think, I'm looking at it in the camera and I'm like, I think I did okay with the grungy. So I think I want this to be one of the outsides. And so I think we'll go like this. These will be the outsides like this. Well, I may not be able to do that because I painted the opposites. Oh dear. Okay, so it'll have to be, if I want this as the outside, so it'll have to be like this. Oh well. That'll be the back though, so that's okay. If it's not quite as grungy. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at right here. Just kind of like that. We'll do the popsicle stick roof, and we'll have all the curved edges to work with. I will do on camera. I got to find my piece of vellum. I want to age it. I'm going to stick it in some tea dye. And we're going to do some little windows. I bought some little lights for the inside. So we're going to put the lights all together before we glue this shit together, because working in this amount of space and like it's like maybe an inch of space or so, probably going to be difficult to try and get the lights where I want them and to get them to secure correctly. So that's what we're going to do next Friday. I'll have maybe, what do I want to do? Once I do the popsicle sticks, you guys aren't going to want to watch me glue the lid on, right? You don't want to watch me glue the roof on, do you? I mean, if you really do, let me know, but I can't see that being a thing. Yep. And I also bought some. I bought some of this. I do have cheesecloth, but I also bought some of this black creepy cloth. So, which is kind of like cheesecloth, only it's black. Yeah. Oh, well, that's damn handy. Hey, look, it's. I've been gifted some already grungified vellum or something. So, yay. Do you watch Bentley House Minis? No, I don't. Do I need to? I've never done anything like this before. I've always thought, hey, that looks like fun. And then I just moved on with my life. So, yeah. So those will be windows. So let's see how that looks with the... We'll just stick that. And because there's going to be lights in there. And I don't necessarily want you to be able to see like through the whole house, all of the nothing that's there. I probably will do only one side of the doorway and I'll leave one side open. So maybe I could put like a little pumpkin right there or something. If I can find a little bitty like bead pumpkin or some of those like little bead skulls and stuff. So I just need to find some little mini things. Holy God. So Bentley House Minis. All right, let me write that down. I won't remember anything. I have no memory of this thing. Let's use the thing I'm working on so that it's less likely I'll lose it. Oops. Bentley House. You know what I've always wanted to make, and this is like a step in the right direction. You know the little doll houses you can get the whole kits to build like a whole little house? I want to build the whole thing, but I want to make... there's like 3 I'd like to make. I'd like to make a witch's house, a haunted house, and then I wanted to do like a swampy house where it could be like for a swamp hag. Oh, you're welcome, Rebecca C. Krabby's gonna go to bed now. Good night, Rebecca. We hope to see you again soon. I'm winding down. So if you guys don't mind, if you don't want to see the gluing on the roof part, I thought I would do that part without you and get like all the lights set up so that next time we come back, we can decorate it and do the yard. Houses you will flip and looking at. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes, I will definitely go check that out for sure because I love that kind of stuff. But if I had the space, I would love to do something like that. But I will wait to like grungify up the ghost until next week for you guys. We'll be doing this on Friday. Again, next week. I think it's a 2-week project. If I do just the part with the roof and the things that will be super boring for you. If you want, though, I will try and get a video of it. Sugar and cider. Okay, Chris. Sugar and cider. Oh, my pen's not like me. Okay, sugar, cider. But yeah, that I wanted to, when I was married, I had that idea, but it did not make my ex happy. So I'm happy with the porch. I think I might do a little bit of just put a little bit of lighter color on it to splotch it up a little bit. But I think overall I'm very happy with it. This is going to be our front, and this side will be our back. We'll have our little windows going on with our vellum. And then there'll be some lights inside. Oh, 2 feet tall. Yeah. I would like to make I'd like to have like 3 of them. But you need some space to work on that kind of stuff. And if you want to furnish them, I don't necessarily want to buy the things. I'd like to be able to make them. And I've seen even like Nick the Booksmith doing some stuff like that, I think. Recently, I didn't know she did that. And it kind of put a Jones in it for me. So this will be an experiment to see if I have the patience to do, like, the popsicle sticks are going to be a test of my fortitude. But so that's where we're at. We're going to close it down for tonight. Thank you guys for coming in. It was great to see you, Hottie Popo. Awesome. To see all you ladies, actually. I love hanging out with you guys. You always bring a smile to my face. Thank you for the thumbs up. You guys are awesome. Or thumbs down, whatever floats your boat. Whatever makes you happy. So, however you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it from the bottom of my heart. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you the happiest of crafting. Good night and bright blessings and all that stuff to you guys. Bye, 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 bye. The end. Bye, Mary Kay. Bye, Janice and Chris and Leslie. The end.